Chris from MyMMAnews.com being joined by Rob Font, and he was kind enough to visit me this morning. It is 6 p.m. on the East Coast. It is 9 a.m. out in Abu Dhabi. My man Rob Font's out there with Calvin Kattar. Rob, I appreciate you joining me this morning for you in Abu Dhabi, this evening for me. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me on, man.
It's a pleasure. Like I said before we were getting to talk, your comeback win was very impressive, man. A year off and then just coming back like that. It had to be just the thrill of a lifetime, man. Just can you talk about it, just hindsight 2020 now with the time that you've had to reflect?
Yeah, it was tough, man. I go obviously beat Ricky Simone, tear my ACL in the second round, and then get surgery in January. Right after that, we got straight into PT and out of out in Las Vegas at the PI. Came back, got straight to it. Around that time, the pandemic hit, so it's kind of like, oh shit, rehab, pandemic, having like what's going on. Then obviously, the UFC kept doing what they were doing. Dana White kept pushing. So I knew we were gonna fight, just didn't know when. And then I just put my head down, kept going to work, but doing what I had to do to get better. And then we got the call, Marlon Moraes. So I was like, all right, perfect. I honestly didn't think that would be a name that I would be coming back to. I figured it'd be one of the guys close to my ranking. But he had that loss, and I'm assuming he wanted to get right back in there. So I was like, they picked me, and I was like, perfect, let's go. And then camp went great. Knee felt amazing. The way I looked at it is I got a brand new knee. So there was no reason for me to even think about, is it ready or not? Like, it's brand new. Like, you get a brand new tire in your car, you're not sure if it's, it's good, So that's the way I thought about it. And then, I was just ready. And then, we got the fight, and then went out there and put him away.
Put him away in impressive fashion. Like I said, man, you closed 2020 with a bang. And again, with the time off, it had to be a lot of time to reflect. You said you didn't expect to come back to Marlon, but when you were in your recovery and 2020 just being such a crazy cluster for everybody, was the pandemic starting to wear on you, or was there any silver lining coming back to the way you did?
So actually, it kind of helped in a way, like it would kind of slow everything down. Gyms are closed anyway, so I couldn't be in the gym. I was fortunate enough that my PT gym didn't close down at all. So we kept moving. And then, it kind of slowed down the division just a little bit, to the point where not too many big fights are going down. Obviously, there's a lot of fights going down, but it wasn't like everything was going around. The way I looked at it is like I can't control what I can. And at that time, it was just rehab. And that's all I can control. So I just put my head down, got to work, literally made rehab my new martial arts and then my new sport, and just dove into it. And once I got to the point where I could shadow box, ride the bike, and move around, it felt like I was back. Obviously, I couldn't grapple, which was the worst. I could like pummel and play around, but I couldn't go live. So I felt like I was still in it. I was fortunate enough to kind of tag along with Calvin Kattar, so I was still in the mix, still in the gym, still at fight week, still being around it. So I was out, but wasn't out all the way. And then before you know it, I got cleared by the doctor. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks later after that, we got the call. We showed up in Vegas and handled business.
Sure did, man. Right before the holidays. So how'd you celebrate the New Year's, my friend?
We didn't do too much. We kept it small. My brother, my girl, and a couple of friends, we just got some Chinese food and just hung out. Still was training, helping Calvin Kattar get ready for his fight, so I couldn't go too crazy. But we drank some wine, ate some Chinese food.
Nice. Now, obviously, post-fight now, you got through Marlon Moraes, and you've been pretty heavy in delving out the name into TJ Dillashaw. Have you heard anything about that fight? Now that you've thrown it out there, it's been, thrown out in the world for people to, put their receivers out and their feelers out for. Have you heard anything about that fight?
Not yet. I know, that's the fight we want. I believe, once we get through this fight, obviously Calvin Kattar's fight, we'll still reach out to Sean Shelby and see what we've got. I believe, I know Cody Garbrandt's campaigning for that Jose Aldo fight. So that should help me. That should help me get this fight. So we'll see, man. I'm confident, but you never know. You never know how this game goes, but I definitely think it's going to go down.
So you said you and your boy Calvin are going to take over in 2021. So you started 2021 off with a great fight, closing 2020 out. Calvin's got this fight coming up. So what's the path? How do you guys make this work for you guys? You make 2021 your year.
Yeah, obviously we got to go out there and, win in spectacular fashion. Calvin K goes out there and knocks out Max Holloway.
Mm-hmm.
You can't deny him a shot, and then from there, it's just a weight game. You got to see how the 45 belt plays out. My plan is to go out there and do the same thing with TJ Dillashaw, put him away, and then see how see where the title stands, and then go get that fight. So that's on paper. It sounds good. It's just you never know how this plays out. But that's the plan. That's the vision. And we're looking end of 2021 or beginning of 2022. But we will have a belt in Boston.
I love it, man. So nobody knows what's going on better for Calvin out in Abu Dhabi than you. Like you said, he's taking a nap right now. So how's Calvin coming along? How's he looking? How's the fight planning to shape out for him?
He's good, man. I just watched him work out. He's sharp. He's smooth. The footwork's there. Like the head movement's there. The weight's easy. Not easy, but the weight's low, so the cut should be good. And then, yeah, man, he's a killer, man. He's just focused. He's laser focused. He's in a state where he's meant for this. He thinks he's meant for this right now, meant for this moment. He's been there. He's done a main event twice already, so he knows what it's like. He's like dude's been in the boxing gym for years, so like he knows how to deal with those high volume type guys. So this is nothing new to him. He just got to go out there and finish the fight. One thing to beat him, but then when you finish the fight, it's a whole other ball game. So I think that's his goal right now, just finishing this fight.
Right. And you were talking
especially the way, my bad. Especially the way
you're good, bro.
It seems like Max goes for a lot of decisions, and even like the last one he fought, he could have went either way. I don't think Kevin wants to leave it to the judges, and he wants to get in there, put a stamp on this guy, and move on to the next one.
And you made an emphasis there talking about Calvin's mindset, and it made me just kind of think about your past fights and you talking in previous interviews about your mindset from coming from the dark times, and just obviously you now being in the top 10, top 5. It's come from a dark place to the top of the world almost, essentially. Can you talk about that transition from then to now, and especially with this fight, what it does for your family? I mean, it catapults your career.
Yeah, no, obviously, I had 2 big opportunities already with the Lineker and the Sansa fight, and I mentally wasn't there. It was just physically I was good. Just mentally didn't show up, and then I got to work with a couple of mental coaches, reading a couple of books, and really putting a lot of to work into that, and not just taking it for granted. Before I was like, oh no, man, I'm good. I'm good. I don't need to do that. And it was just like no, like it took me to lose twice, on TV, to finally like buy in and really put the mental reps in, and I did, and I really put it in, and it worked out, and the small things like visualizing the knockouts and self-confidence and all the little tricks that they give you, it helps out, and and that same thing I'm passing that on to Calvin, and he's passing on his stuff to me, so we're kind of bouncing off each other, and we're just getting better mentally. Obviously physically and technically we can always get better, but mentally it's the hard part because you don't see the growth. You can you can see the muscle growth, you can see you go into weight, you can see when you lose weight, but you can't see the growth with the mental side, and that's all on you, and you got to know that you're gaining growth and getting better mentally. I feel like we are. There's still a lot to be done, but we're in a good spot right now.
I find that so interesting, you talking about the mental game, man, because I feel like fighters, some understand that to a T. They understand the mental aspect, that they need to delve in and understand themselves on a more personal level before they get into the cage. And you saying that makes me wonder, do you think fighters that don't take the time to really assess their mind, read the books, go through the therapy sessions or what may have you, do you think they're doing a disservice to their career because they're not taking the time to understand themselves mentally?
I do. I do. I was that guy before. I was that guy before, especially at this level. You know, you might not notice it on the local scene, because you have managers that's you're gonna get you good fights and make sure you get to the UFC. Then once you get to UFC, it's like it doesn't matter what your manager thinks. Everybody's tough, everybody's good, and everybody's fast, can hit hard, everybody can wrestle. But I think what separates the best guys is the mentality, and I think that's with every sport, from even basketball, baseball, even golf. Look at Tiger Woods. His whole thing was mental. So I do think if you're doing yourself a disservice if you're not getting into it, and really, really just diving into the mental game and putting the reps in, spending the money, reading the books, and if you're not doing that, there's going to be a kid that is, and it's going to show.
Couldn't agree more, man. I'll start closing it down now. I did want to talk to you about the card a little bit and some of your big fights that you're looking forward to, other than your man Calvin. What are some of the fights that you're really looking forward to? And maybe some of your bold predictions for some of the people out there that might want to put a little something behind Rob Font's picks.
Obviously, I'm excited for the Carlos Condit Matt Brown fight. I think those guys,
oh yeah,
they always put on the line. They go at it, and I'm not sure who's gonna win that one, but I'm excited. Obviously you have Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, huge fight, main event. I'm sorry, pay-per-view. So that's gonna be huge. I've been going back and forth with that. I'm wanting to see Dustin kind of pull it off, but then I'm like, it's funny. I just rewatched his fight with Max Holloway, and I'm like, I don't know, man. Like Conor's a sharpshooter, so it's tough. But yeah, man. Obviously, you want to put your money down, put it on Calvin Kattar. If not, make sure you tune into the Matt Brown and Conor McGregor fight. Those things are gonna be fun to watch.
I agree with you, man. So I'll let you go, brother. I want you to enjoy your time out there in Abu Dhabi. I wish you and your team the best of luck, man. You and Calvin. I hope good things happen for you in 2021. And I just thank you so much for joining me, man. And good luck to your team this Saturday, brother.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
There he goes, Rob Font, after his win over Marlon Moraes. And he is in Abu Dhabi right now, cornering Calvin Kattar, taking on Max Holloway. Thank you for Rob Font joining us here at mymmanews.com, and make sure you keep it locked for all your fight news needs.